Well, the Young Progressives Party, YPP, says Nigerian leaders are yet to learn from the outcome of a nationwide agitation that took the political elites by surprise. The party condemns the constant threats of the Nigerian police to clamp down on peaceful protesters. It says it is against the tenets of democracy. The Youth Party is calling for the immediate release of all protesters arrested previously and from today's protest, describing the arrest as a breach of their fundamental rights to protest and commemorate the extrajudicial killing of peaceful protesters at the same spot a year ago. It also appeals to the youth to move from the streets to the polls by getting politically involved in order to unseat incompetent leaders at all levels. Well, to speak further on the position of the YPP, let's bring in Bishop Amakiri, the national chairman of the Young Progressives Party. Glad to have you join us, Amakiri. Interesting.
Thank you.
We were just discussing a while ago about youth's participation in the scheme of things. But let me ask you this. Do you think that, or what lessons can you say, both the authorities and the youths who protested, and then the memorial, what lessons have they learned going forward for a better society, a better Nigeria, and getting their desires what they want?
Thank you very much. I appreciate this invitation. I would like, if you can permit me a minute, because this is my first outing since the advent of the EndSARS thing. Just a minute silent in memory of the disease.
You don't have all the time.
So we don't have 1 minute.
Okay. You don't have all the time.
No, I have to.
We'll
you don't have all the time.
You know what we'll do? We'll take a symbolic 1 second.
Okay.
Yes.
Please.
And that's it.
May their soul rest in the bosom of the Lord. They are heroes. Well, thank you for the question. The truth of the matter is that the high degree of social injustice today in Nigeria, and of course can be a cause for some of these agitations. Not only that, also, if you look at, even in terms of social infrastructure, nothing is in place. And the young people are agitating. Why are they agitating? Because they are the critical stakeholders, in the business of nation building. If the leaders will actually allow them to participate in the process of governance and leadership. But today you find a lot of incompetent hands, as a result of, coming on board as leaders. And when you have leadership quagmire, of course, these are the kind of result of what you get. And I feel that the lessons have not been, they have not learned some lessons. Why did I say so? Because there's nothing that has changed. Nothing that has changed since, this agitation by these EndSARS protesters who came out. All they were not asking for anything. And I think maybe the truth of the matter is that it doesn't stop only on EndSARS agitation.
Now, let me ask you, what exactly are the specifics in terms of changes that you expected to see? And what's your reaction to the information minister when he says nobodies, no families, no convincing evidence, nothing? Where are the killed, or are the families of those killed at the Lekki toll gate? What do you make of all of that?
You don't need anybody.
Does it give you a sense that government is ready to respond to not just these demands, like you say, it's beyond EndSARS?
Like we say, Lucy, I'm a Nigerian, I'm not a Ghanaian. I think all that is happening today in Nigeria, at least I can attest to so many things that I know. Nobody needs to tell me stories. I don't need to be told that I'm wearing a wristwatch. I don't need a mirror to know whether I'm wearing a wristwatch. We all know what is happening today in Nigeria. And the truth of the matter is that it has always been this rhetorical affirmation. They tell us stories. There's no kind of stories this APC government have not told Nigerians. There's no kind of story. So I don't even want to dissipate my energy on what the Minister of Information says or whatever. We know the reality. The government have failed.
What are the changes that you expected? That's my
what I
question
expected
in the last 1 year.
What I expected is that there should have been a radical reforms in the police, sector, and recruitment should have been an utmost priority. You cannot police in a country of 200 and almost 20 million population. You're having 370,000 policemen policing. And when you talk about even pro-efficiency in the manner of how our policing should be managed, you can't find some of it. Let's say, for example, I am not myself directly, but I have a colleague that is in the YPP as a National Government Liaison Advisor of YPP, a young man who is doing well in the area of his field. He manages this reality TV show, and while in the process of this, a letter came from somebody, I don't want to mention name, but an AIG, because somebody complained to the person that she is no more comfortable because she was evicted from that reality TV show. And the AIG will pick, what is it called, his letter, a letter-headed paper, and write and ask that some men should go to the venue and cordon the environment and arrest the young man. That is legitimately.
Because of time.
These are injustices that are going on. And let me just paraphrase, the strong words of one of the founding fathers of America, Thomas Jefferson, who said, when injustice becomes law, resistance becomes a duty. And I think that if the leaders are not ready to do the right thing, this is what they will continue to get. Because the battle line that has been drawn between the retrogressives and the progressives, I can assure you that a lot of the progressive minds are coming on board now. They are prepared to cross over the battle line.
All right,
so they can take.
In about 30, 45 seconds, evaluate the work of the panels of inquiry, the compensations paid so far. And then the Minister of Information also proposes that police should periodically evaluate the mental state of their members to prevent human rights abuses.
But is that put into practical? That's the question we ask. Like I said earlier, we need to bring in pro-efficiency in how we manage. You see, we can't, Nigerian is, like we said, the giant of Africa. And we have a lot of countries that are looking forward to see what we do here so that they will also emulate what we do. What can we say we have been getting right, we have been doing that other countries are emulating?
I hope you're not forgetting the panels of inquiry that were set up and are paying compensations.
Does it not show that government is listening, at least doing something, and the process is ongoing? Is 1 year really enough to,
These panels of inquiry talking about, what have they brought out? What are the report? I mean, the responses they have brought out of this inquiry.
We have seen them make payments, compensations. We've seen them, make compensations, huge ones, at that matter, concerning police brutality.
Listen, the issue there, like I said, it goes beyond people doing something and we are going back to compensation. No, if we can address the issue, why will we allow
at the root?
Yes.
Address the problem.
Thank you
we
so
can
much.
address the issue.
All right.
And my take is that we should give priority to recruitment process.
Okay, but that's even ongoing. 10,000 approved by Mr. President.
10,000 is not
Bishop
a
Amakiri,
good number.
National Chairman, Young Progressives Party. Thank you so much. That's all the time we have to look at this.